This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 4310 Coronet Drive, Encino, California 91316. We are performing a video sewer reinspection. We did have the line hydrojetted in order to remove some of the root intrusion. So again, we are located, our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout is located just to the right of the walkway as you approach the front door. There's our front door. This goes out towards the back of our driveway. This goes down the driveway here, out towards the street. And again, this is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout here. So again, we did have the line hydrojetted, again, to remove some of the root intrusion and just to get a reinspection. So again, we're going to zero out a camera monitor here. What we'll do is we'll drop down. As we do push out, just at the transition between the black ABS sewer pipe and the Richards clay sewer pipe, we do have a Y fitting there. And so some of the roots are growing in behind the Y. So with the jetter, we're unable to get those roots in that area. So again, as we push in, you'll see some, when you push in, we do have some loose roots here. Right about here, you have a little Y fitting, and there's some roots that are still in that corner with the jetter, won't be able to catch that. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to just pause our mic here, and again, we're just going to push out, and again, attempt to push all the way out and reach our city sewer tie-in, and then from there, we'll pull back and take a good look. Okay, again, as we continue to push out, we did turn on some water to attempt to get past this point and get past this 45 and possibly drop down into our city sewer time. But we did have a large root intrusion right in this area, so we're still getting hung up in this area. The jetter was unable to make it out past this point due to the turns. We did make several turns, so we were unable to get all the way out to this point and get this area jetted. So again, we're just trying to push past this point to see if we can make it into our city sewer tie-in. So again, we'll pause here for a moment. We'll let this water run down a little bit. Okay, again, we shut our water down. Again, we did run a bunch of water through with the water hose under high pressure just to try to get past this point. We do have a skid ball on our camera to lift it up and keep it up off the vitreous clay sewer line, and again just in order to help us make this turn and float open over this area. But again, with the root intrusion still in this joint, we're unable to get past this point. And again, we did run the jetter through, but our jetter was unable to make it past this point as well, just due to the amount of turns. And you can see there we do have a large root intrusion in that joint. So again, we're going to go ahead and we're going to push in just a little bit, and we're going to just attempt to locate this area. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. Again, we are in the street, and we did mark it with the red crayon at approximately 6 foot 8 inches deep. In that area there, unfortunately, we're unable to get past that point. And it does appear to be possibly our saddle. You can see an opening there. Looks a little bit of an opening there, and you can see fairly large offset as well. And again, the jetter was unable to make it to this point and get those roots out. So again, we'll just continue to pull back, and as we pull back, we're pulling back up towards the house. And again, a little bit of roots coming in that joint there, but we were able to get that out. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. And again, the joint appears to be in fair condition. Again, more roots coming into the joints. Those roots are going to continue to grow. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And again, more roots in that joint there as well. But again, we were able to take out a good 80-90% of all the roots with the jetter. Pretty much cleaned up the line there and got a lot of roots out of the way. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And in that joint there, you can see we do have a fairly large offset from about the 9 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And we make a little bit of a turn. And again, continue to pull back. And pull back slowly. You can see in that joint there, does appear to have a, I'm pushing just a little bit, it does appear to a little bit of possibly a crack in that joint there from about the 1 o'clock going up until around about the 12 o'clock. And you can see a little bit of the vitreous clay that had chipped away through as we hydrojetted, it removed a little bit of the soft vitreous clay there at the surface. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And we're pulling up. Again, a little bit of an offset in that joint as well. And again, as we pull back, this does appear to be a full diameter crack. We're 97 feet 6 inches on the camera monitor, so we'll pull back just a little bit, take a good look, and you can see that is a full diameter crack. So we're going to push in, and we're going to mark this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, marked it with the red crayon at approximately 5 foot 5 inches deep on the left-hand side of the driveway in the planter area. As you come up, we did mark it on there was a rock just above it, a big stone on just above it. We marked it on top of the rock with the red crayon at approximately 5 foot 5 inches deep. And again, as you can see here, you do have a full diameter crack in this area. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. We'll continue to pull back. That joint, we got the roots out of that joint as well. And we got that joint appeared to be in fair condition. Again, we are pulling back up the driveway. Again, we're going to make another turn. Again, we'll make a little bit of a turn slowly. Just trying to, a little bit of little residual root left in that joint there. We'll pull back slowly. You can see a little bit of root left in that joint. But again, we'll continue to pull back. And we're going to push in just a little bit. And again, as you can see, as we pull back, you can see that in this joint is here, we do have another full diameter crack. So we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area as well. Okay, again, we went ahead and marked this area with the red crayon on the left-hand side of the driveway as you come up. And again, you can see that we do have a full diameter crack in that joint as well. So again, we'll continue to pull back. Again, that joint appeared to be in fair condition. Again, we continue to pull back, and that joint appeared to be in fair condition. The jetter is just removing a little bit of the loose vitreous clay. You can see there's some white areas, and again, we do have another crack in that area as well. You can see another full diameter crack at 74 feet. So again, this is just along our driveway. This is approximately 10 feet just from the last crack just up in front of it. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Again, that joint appeared to be in fair condition. Able to get the roots all out of there. Again, that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint there, as we push in, and push in a little bit, pull back slowly, does appear to be just a larger root coming in there right around the 5 o'clock area. And the jetter wasn't able to get that. It's a little bit larger of a root. So we did. So you can see that it did strip it down, kind of ripped all the bark off of it, and it's like white. So it did strip it. It just didn't remove that piece there. So that large little finger there is going to continue to grow over time. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And that joint appears to be, I'm pushing a little bit. Again, very difficult to tell. We'll pull back slowly. You know, there from the 12 o'clock coming down to about the 6 o'clock. Again, it does appear that it does have another crack. Again, but very faint. Once we get to the office, we can blow it up and take a really good look at that joint. Pull back slowly. And again, a little bit of an offset in that joint there. And again, possibly another crack there in that joint right around the 3 o'clock area, but again, very difficult to tell. So again, once we get to the office, we can take a really good look at this joint. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And again, another offset in that joint there. I'm going to push in just a little bit. And that's good. Right about. Yeah, again, we'll just continue to pull back. Again, you do got an offset in that joint there. A little bit offset there from about the 12 going to the 3 o'clock. And that joint appeared to be, again, a little more. I'm going to pull back slowly. Let's just see where the next joint is. This is just that possibly could be a crack. Again, we'll push in just a little bit. We'll push back into that. Appears to be a joint, but again, we got the roots out of there, and again, it's very difficult to tell, but as we pull back, I'm just going to go ahead and continue to pull back, and there's our next joint, and again, that joint appears to be in fair condition, and we'll continue to pull back slowly. Again, that joint appears to be in fair condition. Again, very difficult to tell in the joints. But again, once we get back to the office, we'll view this all over again, and we'll take a really good look at it. We're going to make a little bit of a turn. And again, you got a little bit larger root coming in that joint there. And the jetter is unable to get all that out, just due to the fact that it's in an offset coming in that joint, and it is a larger root without causing any damage to the vitreous clay. So we were able, you could see it stripped it and made it rip the bark off. You could see the white there, but it is a larger root finger that is coming in that joint. And again, you can see the offset right around the 6 o'clock going up until about the 9 o'clock. So we'll pull back a little bit, and you can see that as we pull back, we transition back into our black ABS sewer pipe. So as we pull back just a little bit, Again, as we continue to look at this, it does appear that we possibly do have a crack or a break here in this Y connection here. You can see there from about the 6 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 12 o'clock. So again, that is right at on the driveway on the left-hand side, and we did mark that area with a red flag. And that is our transition. As we transition, we pull back, we transition back into our black ABS sewer pipe. And again, right here in this area, you can see that we do have another opening. That area there is possibly another mainline sewer cleanout, and again, we did mark that with the red flag at approximately 3 foot 5 inches deep. And again, that area there would need to be excavated and brought up to grade. It does make it a little bit easier to get through that area there. That way we're not making so many turns. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And again, all the black ABS sewer pipe all appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. So again, we'll continue to pull back, make another turn, and we'll pull up right out of our cleanout. And that will conclude our video sewer reinspection.